Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss about the underfitting and overfitting. If you see here, a statistical model or a machine learning algorithm is said to have underfitting when it cannot capture the underlying trend of the data like this. If we have this particular data points and we use this particular linear regression line, then it will not be able to fit all the data points properly, right? So that is called as your underfitting. It is not able to fit all the data points properly. Its occurrence simply means that our model or the algorithm does not fit the data well enough, right? And it usually happens when we have less data, when our model have a less samples. To build a accurate model, also when we try to build a linear model with non-linear data. Here if you see here, this is your non-linear data and we are using the linear model here. So that's why we are getting the lots of bias nest or lots of errors. So due to that we get the underfitting. So in underfitting we have high biased means high error, and low variance means less variability between the training and the testing error. How we can reduce the underfitting? How we can reduce the underfitting? We can increase the model complexity. It means here if you see here we use the linear regression. We can use the polynomial linear regression, right? Increase number of the features or performing feature engineering. We can perform some feature engineering, or we can also increase the input variables and remove the noise from the data, right? Might be there would be some noise, so we can remove those noise with the help of some feature engineering. Or increase the number of the epochs or increase the duration of the training. Means we are using some deep learning model, okay, where we only use 100 iterations. Ideally we should use 1000 iteration at least to get the correct result. So that's why we can increase the number of epochs or number of the iteration in the training data. So this way we can reduce the underfitting. Now see what is the overfitting. So in overfitting, a statistical model is said to be overfit when we train it with a lots of data, just like fitting ourselves in oversized clothes. If our model never seen any data before, our model trained only these points and they not learn these points, they only memorize all these points. If they would have learned, in that case they will not include all the data points. They will use some other data points, like this type of the model they can create, but what they use all the data points, right? So in that way, if any unseen data, like this is unseen, in that case we will get the lots of error. So we will use that particular model, like this is the model. So we will use this particular model so that we can get the more generalized least square line, so that it will also fit with the test data. And overfitting means high variance. High variance means there will be a more variability between the training and the testing data errors. Low biased means less error in the training data set and high error in the testing data set. So how we can reduce the overfitting? We can reduce model complexity. Might be we are using some complex model, right? Due to that our model is able to fit all the data points. It means he is memorizing all the data points. Or early stopping, that point I will cover in the coming slide, just wait. And risk regulation and loss regulation, that will also cover in the coming future. By using the regularization technique, what happens, let these are the 2 points, okay, and I created this linear regression by these 2 points. So what we can do, and let this is your test data points, these are some test data points I have. So what we can do, due to this particular regularization, I can use some penalty. Let this is the penalty I use, this particular difference is the penalty. So this will be your linear regression line, best fit line. So due to this best fit line, our model will get the less error, right? So using this particular regularization, we can overcome the overfitting. use dropout for the neural network. This is our neural network I have created. So what we do, we use this particular neural network, right? So what we used to do, we randomly remove some points here. I remove these points, I remove this particular neurons, I remove this particular neurons, right? So this is the initial stage. So here we don't remove, but in the middle stage we try to remove some random points here. Like this particular neurons I remove, this particular neurons I remove. Here I have 100 neurons I have in this particular stage. So out of 100 I remove 20 neurons, so that we can minimize the memorizing. So this we use in the dropout in the neural network. So what is the data augmentation? In data augmentation, I have one image here. So in the one image I cannot train our machine learning model. So what I will do, I will create some more images in this particular images. I do some changes in this image, small changes, and will do some other small changes. So this way I can create 100 images with the help of one image, and by these 100 images I can train our deep learning model. So this way I have 100 images, so I can create 10,000 images with the help of these 100 images, and these 10,000 samples will be good enough for the deep learning model for me. Okay, so this way we can use the data augmentation to overcome the overfitting. That I will cover in our deep learning playlist. So let's understand bias and variance, underfitting or overfitting by in this particular image. So as you can see, the x-axis is your biased and y-axis is your variance. So when we have the low variance and low bias, we get the ideal model, right? And once we have the high biased and the low variance, high biased means high error in training and high error in testing, and less variability in the prediction between the training and testing, then we get the underfitting. And when we have the high variance, it means high variability between the training and testing error, and the low biased, it means less error in the training. That is called as your overfitting, and this is the wrong model where we have the high biased and high variance. We never get this type of the model in the real scenarios. Let's understand bias and variance, underfitting or overfitting by this particular image. If you see here, low biased and low variance, variance means less variability. If you see here, this is your target, we can say, or the actuality. So our prediction and the actuality are closer to each other, it means less error and also less variability between the training and testing. This is the best model. And here we have the low variance and high biased. This is called as your underfitting. It means less variance. If you see here, there is a less variability, but error is high variance, right? And here we have high variance and high variability, if you see here, right? So this is the wrong model. Here we have high variance and the less biasness. Less biasness means near to target, and high variability means there is a variability between the error between the training and testing. That is your overfitting. So let's understand all the four things, bias, variance and underfitting and overfitting, in a single slide, so that you can visualize all the things in a single slide. So this is the training data set, this is the testing data set I have, that we have already seen. Here we get the high error, here we also get the high error. It means we have the high biasness in the data set. High biasness, it means high error in the training and testing both. If you see here, same errors I am getting here. If we are getting the same error, it means there is a less variability, low variance. Now if you see here, this is the testing data set, blue point. This is the white point is your training data set. We apply this particular non-linear model here. So due to that, we are able to fit all the data points. It means we are able to we are here, we are memorizing the things, we are overfitting. If you see here, right, we are doing the overfitting, right, due to the memorizing the things. That's why it is not able to work properly with the testing data. It means unseen data. So how we can do the best fit data? With the help of this particular things. If you see here, by in this particular non-linear model, we are able to get the proper fit. It means we get the same error, right? We get the same error in the linear regression, right? This polynomial linear regression. So this way we can get the best fit model, where we have the low biased and low variance. So if you see here, what is the underfitting? Underfitting is that where we have the high biased and low variance. High biased means high error in both training and testing. If you see here, we have the high error in both. And low variance. Low variance, if you see here, there is a very less variability. It means we are getting the same error. It means variability will be 0. So that is called as your underfitting. Now the second is your overfitting. How we get the overfitting? When we have the low biased. Low biased means low error in training and high error in testing. If we have this condition, in that case we will get this type of the example, like 2% in training and 20% in testing. It means high variability. 18% variability. It means high variance. What would be the best fit model? This, where we have the low biased, it means less error, 22%. Low variance, it means variability is 0, right? So this is the best fit model. We recommend to use this model or prepare this type of the model. So that's it from my side for the today. I hope you will like this video. If you will like this video, please share with your friends and colleagues, and also subscribe my channel. If you will have any query or question, you can mention in the comment section. I will try to answer all of your queries. Thank you.